Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to give you a rundown of what you kind of need to watch out for, kind of a bullet list of how you can become a web developer in 2020. Now, the goal of becoming a web developer is not only to become a developer because you like it and you like building things, but it's also because you want to make money, right? Like, why would you want to? So if that's why you want to become a developer, that makes complete sense, and it's dumb if people say that's a dumb reason to become a web developer. So anyway, let's get into it. Let's talk about those points right now. All right, autofocus. All right, so step one is to immediately learn HTML and then CSS. Now, I assume you've probably heard of HTML if you searched up this video. If you haven't, don't worry about it. I'll talk a little bit about it. So HTML is hypertext markup language, and it's basically markup that you write to kind of form the bare bones of a website. Now, CSS is how you style it and make it look pretty, as you see here on the screen right now. These two things are essential to learn to get into web development, and it may seem intimidating, but sooner or later you'll realize it's actually pretty simple. Here are a couple websites that you can kind of look at to learn HTML and CSS, and there's one specific course that I really want to recommend, but I don't want this to seem like I'm plugging it. I'm not getting any commission off it, but I'll leave a link in the description simply because I know it's the best course to learn these things immediately. Now, it will seem really intimidating at first, but if you just stick with it, you're going to learn the basics of web development, and you really need those to become a web developer that's paid a high amount of dollars. Again, I want you to know that that is not an affiliate link in any way. I don't want any commission if you buy that. Heck, I don't even care if you buy it. Like, you don't have to buy it. It's not mine. I'm not making any money off that. But if you do buy it, you're going to learn web development. I'm actually bringing my brother through this course right now because he wants to learn how to code and get out of the situation that he's in. So if you relate to that and you're having a hard time in life or something, you're looking for a career switch, again, web development's it. Cereal. Hopefully it's focused. If it's not, I'm still going to use this footage. This is one of my first videos. All right, so the third step, you're going to want to like this video, subscribe, and drop a comment. Fourth step, on a real note, this is what you're going to want to do. Once you've learned HTML and CSS and you have a very basic understanding of it, note that I'm saying basic, then you can move on to learn JavaScript. What I mean by basic is you've played around with it, you've gone through a couple courses maybe, and you can build a very basic website, and you have to Google things to figure it out. And what I mean by that is you don't know HTML and CSS by heart, but if you Google around and you really kind of work at building a basic bare bones website with HTML and CSS, if you can do that, then I recommend moving on to JavaScript, and that's when things are going to get a little bit more difficult. Well, actually confusing rather, and like, why am I learning JavaScript? That's what's going to happen, but it's what you want to do. Now, there's some statistic of how much JavaScript is used on the web, and that statistic really kind of speaks for itself. JavaScript is used on almost every part of the web, and it's an absolute necessity when it comes to web development, and any web development job, well, or front end, or just a lot of web development jobs that you're going to want to get use JavaScript, but specifically they use JavaScript frameworks. But what exactly is that? All right, step 5 is to learn a framework or library. One of those is React and another is Angular, at least the most two popular ones and the ones that have a lot of jobs out there right now. I would personally recommend learning React as the 5th step because React is a lot easier to learn initially than Angular. When I first started learning React, it was actually extremely confusing and I thought I would never understand it, only to realize that once I had watched enough videos and enough articles and just built out enough apps, that React is actually pretty dang simple. So those are the main steps you need to do to become a web developer, and I want to let you know that you don't have to be a genius to do these things. I'm not that smart. I got like a 2.9 in high school or something. I have a 2.02 in college right now, dead serious. But I'm making more money than my parents and my brother combined. And I'm not saying that to flex. I'm just saying that this is such a lucrative field and there's so much opportunity in it. And I want to make this channel so that you can learn how to become a web developer, or any developer for that matter, at whatever point in your life you may be at. So that's it for this video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next upload tomorrow.